Hi, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to do Jan 2019 Pure Math 1, Chapter 3, Equations and Inequalities. On diagram 1, sketch the graphs of y is equals to x into 3 minus x, and that's a quadratic, and y is equals to x into x minus 2 into 5 minus x, which is a cubic, showing clearly the coordinates of the points where the curve crosses the coordinate axis. So let's start with the first one, y is equals to x into 3 minus x. To sketch a graph, let's first find out, especially a quadratic graph when we are sketching, start with y-intercept. So y-intercept means we need to put x as 0 in the equation. So when we substitute for x as 0, you will get y is equal to 0 multiplied by 3 minus 0, that is 3. 0 multiplied by anything is 0. So your y-intercept will be 0. Next, you need to find out what x-intercept is. To find out the x-intercept, we know we have to put y is equals to 0 in the equation. So when we substitute y is equals to 0, 0 is equals to x into 3 minus x. Now, you can separately equate both of these to 0. So when we equate this, x is equals to 0 and 3 minus x is equals to 0. So when we take minus x to the other side, it becomes positive x. So x is equals to 3. So your x-intercepts are x is equals to 0 and x is equals to 3. Now the shape is what we need here. The shape is, we know that this is coefficient of x square. When you expand this, x into 3 is 3x minus x into x is x squared. So the coefficient of x square is a negative. So we know that the shape is going to be an N-shaped parabola. So let's plot this here. Y-intercept is 0. X-intercept is 0 and 3. Let's say 3 is over here. And now we know that it is an N-shaped parabola. It is an N-shaped parabola because the coefficient of x square is negative. So this will be the graph for the first one. Y is equals to x into 3 minus x. Now, to find out the graph for, or the sketch for y is equals to x into x minus 2 into 5 minus x, we do the same thing. So here, y is equals to x into x minus 2 into 5 minus x. This is a cubic equation because the coefficient of x cube also we will be getting. Let's continue with the same method here. We find out the y-intercept. So y-intercept means we need to substitute for x0 here. When we substitute for x0, 0 multiplied by anything will be 0 only. So your y-intercept in this case will be 0. Because when you substitute for x0, 0 multiplied by 0 minus 2 into 5 minus 0, that is 5. So 0 multiplied by anything will be 0 itself. Then you need to find out what x-intercept is. To find out the x-intercept, we substitute for y as 0. So 0 is equals to x into x minus 2 into 5 minus x. So in this case, equate separately to 0. So x is equals to 0, x minus 2 is equals to 0, and 5 minus x is equals to 0. So we got x is equals to 0, and then x is equals to 2, and we have minus x goes to the other side, positive x, so x is equals to 5. We have the x-intercepts as well. Now to get the shape, we need the coefficient of x cube, the sign. So coefficient of x cube, x into x is x square. So x square into minus x will be minus x cube. So coefficient of x cube in this case is negative. If it is negative, we know the shape is going to be on the negative x-axis. On the negative x-axis, it goes from positive infinity, and on the positive x-axis, it goes to negative infinity. That is the shape for when the coefficient of x cube is negative. Now, it's mentioned that we need to sketch on the same axis. So here, y-intercept is 0. For this, I'll use another color here. So x is equals to 0 is one of the x-intercept. X is equals to 2. X is equals to 2. And then we have x is equals to 5. Now, y-intercept is 0. Coefficient of x cube is negative. So it comes from the negative x-axis, positive infinity. Positive x-axis, it goes to negative infinity. So it comes from the positive infinity. Then it cuts here at 2. And then it goes to negative infinity. So this will be your graph for y is equals to x into x minus 2 into 5 minus x. Now, we need to prove that, show that x coordinates of the point of intersection of y is equals to x into 3 minus x and y is equals to x into x minus 2 into 5 minus x are given by the solution to the equation x square minus 8x plus 13 is equal to 0. For the B part, we need to find out the point of intersection. So how do we find out the point of intersection? Make sure that we have y as the subject on both the equation. So here y is the subject, y is the subject. Now we can just equate the right hand sides. So when we equate the right hand side, x into 3 minus x is equal to x into x minus 2 into 5 minus x. X into 3 minus x is x multiplied by 3 will give us 3x minus x multiplied by x will give you x square is equals to x into x minus 2 into 5 minus x. So that is x multiplied by 5 is 5x minus x into x is x square minus 2 into 5 is minus 10. And then minus 2 into minus x will give you positive 2x. Positive 2x. 3x minus x square is equals to multiply this x inside. But before doing that, minus x square, 5x plus 2x is 7x. And then we have minus 10. Now you multiply x inside the bracket. So we will have 3x minus x square is equals to x into minus x square will give you minus x cube. X into positive 7x will give you 7x square. X into minus 10 will give you minus 10x. Let's bring all these terms to one side. So I'll prefer x cube coefficient to be positive. So I'm going to take all the right hand side terms to the left hand side. So minus x cube goes to the left hand side. It becomes positive x cube. I have minus x square on the left hand side. 7x square goes to the other side. It becomes minus 7x square. And then we have already a positive 3x on the left hand side. And minus 10x goes to the other side. It becomes positive 10x is equals to 0. Collecting the like terms, x cube minus x square minus 7x square will give you minus 8x square. Plus 3x plus 10x will give you plus 13x. I can see that I can factorize it. There is x common here. So when we take x common outside, we have x square minus 8x plus 13 is equals to 0. This is what we had to prove the second part. Now, they're saying that for the third part, the point P lies on both the curves. Given that P lies in the first quadrant means its x and y coordinates are supposed to be positive. Find using algebra and show you working the exact coordinates of P. So for that, we need to first get the x coordinates. So I have x into x square minus 8x plus 13 is equals to 0. When I look into this x square minus 8x plus 13, I cannot do factorization method here. What I'll do is I'll go for the completing the square method. So x into variable here is x. Your b value, that is minus 8, you divide by 2, so minus 4, put them in bracket, square, minus, always a negative sign. Whatever the number here, that is 4 here, square it. 4 square is 16, and we have the constant, that is plus 13 is equals to 0. Now x into x minus 4 the whole square minus 16 plus 13 is minus 3 is equal to 0. Equate them separately. So x is equals to 0 and x minus 4 the whole square minus 3 is equals to 0. So x minus 4 the whole square minus 3 goes to the other side, it becomes positive 3. I can cancel the square, but I need to put a square root on the right hand side with a plus or minus sign. Now, minus 4, this becomes x minus 4 is equals to plus or minus root 3. Now, minus 4 goes to the other side, it becomes x is equals to 4 plus or minus root 3. So I have here my x values as x is equals to 4 plus root 3 and x is equals to 4 minus root 3. Now, also I have x is equals to 0. I need to find out which of these point lies on the first quadrant. That means my x and y should be positive. Let's see, when x is equals to 0, take any one of these equations. So I'll take the easiest one. I'll take the quadratic. So y is equals to x into 3 minus x. So when x is equals to 0, y will be, substitute for x0 here, 0 into 3 minus 0 is 3. 0 multiplied by anything is 0. So this becomes 0, 0. This is not the point. This is not the point P because 0, 0 does not lie on the first quadrant. Now let's try for 4 plus root 3. So we know y is equals to x into 3 minus x. So instead of x, here we have 4 plus root 3 into 3 minus, instead of x, 4 plus root 3. So this will be 4 plus root 3 into 3 minus 4. 3 minus 4 is minus 1, and then minus into plus is minus root 3. So we multiply this 4 into minus 1 is minus 4. 4 into minus root 3 is minus 4 root 3 plus root 3 into minus 1 is minus root 3. Root 3 into minus root 3 is minus 3. This will give you minus 4 minus 3 is minus 7. Minus 4 root 3 minus root 3 is minus 5 root 3. Put this in calculator. Minus 7 minus 5 root 3. Minus 7 minus 5 root 3. Take its decimal form. Decimal, you will get minus 15.66. Minus 15.66. So you are getting your y value as a negative. We know it should be in the first quadrant. First quadrant, your x and y should be positive. So I cannot take this as well. Let's try for this. X is 4 minus root 3. What will be your y value? So y is equals to, x into 3 minus x. So x, we know it is 4 minus root 3 into 3 minus, instead of x, it will be 4 minus root 3. So this is basically 4 minus root 3 into 3 minus 4, that is minus 1. And minus into minus is plus, so plus root 3. Expanding the bracket, 4 into minus 1 is minus 4. 4 into root 3 is 4 root 3. Minus root 3 into minus 1 is plus root 3. Minus root 3 into plus root 3 is minus 3. So this will give minus 4 minus 3, that is minus 7, plus 4 root 3 plus root 3 is plus 5 root 3. When we put this in calculator, you will get minus 7 plus 5 root 3. In decimal form, you will get 1.66, 1.66. You are getting your y is positive. 4 minus root 3, definitely it's positive because root 3 is approximately 1.732. So 4 minus 1.732, you will be getting a positive value. So this is the point P. So point P is 4 minus root 3 and your y value is 1.66. So this will be your final answer for C. I hope you have understood this. Thank you for watching.